What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Post Credits Podcast, a show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you. Chris, do you know what episode this is?
67?
Nope.
You are incorrect, my good man. It is episode 69. Nice.
I hate it.
That's what I labeled the show.
Yeah.
Episode nice.
We're so immature.
Nice.
Recorded on Sunday, February 15th, to get posted to podcast services on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, to the usual spots: Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and then YouTube. If you're listening to us on an audio-only feed, feel free to come on over to YouTube. Check us out there as well. There's whole episodes there posted there, all time coded out. You can click around, watch certain segments, whatever you wish, my friends, whatever you wish. But please make sure to just like and subscribe and hit that little bell so you know when we drop a new episode. However you choose to enjoy us. Thank you very much.
Why do you pick a sound? Not a bing sound or something when you do that?
Just like a click. Click, click.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm too millennial about it. I don't know.
That's legitimate. That's fine.
All right.
I didn't make the connection. That's on me.
I'm one of your hosts, Grayson Maxwell. Joining me as I do every week is my doubting co-host, Roger Stillion, and our other dubious co-host, Chris Bond. How are you guys?
Dubious today.
Good.
Dubious.
Good. It's the day after Valentine's Day.
It is.
It is.
Yep.
Yep.
That happened.
Yeah, cool. Did you guys have a good Valentine's Day?
Did.
Sure.
Yeah. Same.
Spent it with my mom.
Nice.
She's my Valentine this week.
Nice.
This
That's
year.
nice.
Shout out to Gray Mom.
Shout out to moms. Shout out to
Great
moms.
mom. That's right.
Shout out to moms everywhere. Happy Valentine's Day. That may
Shout
come
out
off-
to moms.
that
All
may
the
come off
moms out
worse.
there.
Hold on a second. It's not like I was shout out to moms.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Shout out
Day.
to the moms out there.
Kind of did that though.
I didn't though. I didn't.
You
I said
did,
shout out to
though.
moms, and then you guys made it weird. All right, guys. What'd you do this week? Anything fun? Compose yourself, man. Compose yourself, Roger.
What did I do this week?
I know. No, so I was telling you guys because let's bring death into the show for a minute.
Perfect.
Because
All right.
James Vanderbeek died this week.
Aw,
I,
sad.
I watched Varsity Blues, which I think is like one of the quintessential high school movies. You know, pretty rad.
That's fair.
From my formative years. So
That's a good movie.
I
That's
was a Remember the Titans guy over Varsity Blues.
So
Personally,
that's
but
but those are two very different.
they are.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
are.
one's an inappropriate comedy. The other's meant to be taken by adults. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, one's a family Disney movie. The other one is Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
So,
True.
I mean, Remember the Titans is a great movie though.
Oh yeah.
But so is Varsity Blues in its own way. It's like even from I remember just thinking it was because that was like 97, 98.
No,
99, 100.
I don't
No.
remember. I'll look it up real
It had to have been like one of those. I think it was 97, 98. Had to, or 99. I guess it could have been 99.
I think
but
it was 99.
I was 14 when I saw that, and I remember the first time they introduced Bud Kilmer.
99.
I know, so I was 14. I might have been 13 depending on the month. But when they introduced Bud Kilmer, he does the camera like comes behind him and he's looking out over the school and he does the. I don't want to do it on camera, but he does the Hitler salute. I was like, well, that's actually
Nice.
kind of
I mean,
brilliant.
quiets the crowd.
Yeah, but he puts his hand up exactly as the most famous dictator of the 20th century. Sure, but
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever took it that way. I think he quieted the crowd with his hand.
Yeah.
you don't think someone's shooting their hand up like that?
He didn't shoot
To
his
quiet-
hand up.
he did.
He just put his hand like this, so everybody.
I
would be
don't. I
quiet.
think I'm right and you're wrong. I don't
I
know.
mean, I watched it this week. Did you?
I didn't. I'll watch it. I will. You're doing the schoolyard. Ooh.
Pretty good. No, that's pretty good one though.
All right. Let's just moving
I
on.
would bet. And I don't make movie bets with Grayson very often. I would bet I've seen Varsity Blues more times than you.
Your
You
record against
definitely-
Grayson
I mean,
is-
hundreds. There's
Your
no
record
way.
against Grayson
There's
is
no way.
immaculate. You
It
know what I'm
was
saying?
good.
Yeah.
Even though hundreds of times
I
I've
mean,
watched it.
buddy, I'm in the triple digits.
I'm
Like,
in.
There's a lot.
I'm willing to bet I've watched it more.
I played a
I've
game-
listened-
I played a game this week where I get to be a vampire and build a castle.
It's
What
weird.
game was that?
It's called V Rising.
V Rising.
Oh, I saw
V
that.
Rising. V
Yeah.
as in Victor.
Yeah, I
He's
saw
in
that.
Victor.
All right, back to a movie podcast. Let's
Really cool.
Oh
It's really
Lord,
cool.
let's stay centralized. Episode 69.
Played a lot of
Nice.
Arc Raiders this week.
Nice. Good
My
stuff.
goodness,
Still going
people.
strong.
All right,
Still going.
I don't want to do the Bud Kilmer.
What did you play
Bud
this week?
Gilbert.
What did you play this week?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
what'd you play?
I didn't do. I'm very busy with family stuff.
Okay.
It's,
All right,
I'm trying to
that's
create
fair.
an artificial high right now, but I'm not. It's not been a good couple
An
of weeks.
artificial high right
Yeah, so I'm
now.
on freaking tea. I'm caffeinated. I'm
You know,
happy.
You could just get real high.
I don't. I mean,
real high.
I'm just
no,
saying.
no,
Like
no.
real high, but like real high.
high.
Real high.
How high? Remember that movie? All right. What did I watch this week? I watched a ton of stuff. The Magic of Belle Isle, which I love on Netflix with Morgan Freeman.
Well, let's talk about good stuff that you watched this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't you watch the?
I watched End of Watch, which is a very tough movie to take.
It's not a fun movie.
Like,
but
I'm
it's
so-
an awesome movie.
When that happens, when they get in that, because it ends up with the gang that they're Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena play two cops, and they love to get in the skin of the local crime gangs there, and they love to just exert their cop dominance over them. And of course, they get sucked into a chase, and the guy runs through an apartment complex, and then they open fire AKs, and they're stuck, and they have nowhere to go, and they're running and ducking through yards, and then they get in an alley. It's the ending of that film is super emotional.
It is.
I kind of equate it to the first time I saw the Black Hawk Down, where the snipers get over. Like, man, very emotional. But that's an excellent movie, though, too. It really is. What else I watched?
The Netflix documentary.
Oh, the Netflix documentary about the 1980s hockey team, USA. That's a great documentary. Miracle's a wonderful movie too, if you've seen that, which I think is also on Netflix. They'd be foolish to not.
Maybe not. Well, isn't it a Disney property?
It is, but maybe I'm wrong about that. But that's a great documentary. I watched that. It brought me to. It's very emotional too. It's. Whew,
I mean, give
good.
Netflix credit. They have done some incredible documentaries.
Absolutely, they have.
which
Yes.
is
Mm-hmm.
how they got their very first Oscar, actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was?
No.
It was the Icarus documentary.
Yeah, you're right about. I knew
about
that.
the
I knew
blood
that.
doping, the Russian blood doping scandal.
Oh yeah.
I also watched 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which if you've not seen that,
Great movie, man.
like we're talking like it's like a 91, I think, on Metacritic. It's excellent, but it is hard to watch.
You should.
You should. Sam Rockwell's an incredible racist. It's great.
I just saw his mustache, so yeah, probably.
But the way and Frances McDormand is just on her game. That movie's wonderful. That's the same year as Wind River. I don't know. I thought the 2 best movies of 2017 deal with very hard subject matter, both the same subject matter that crosses.
Yep.
But 2 excellent movies. What else did I watch this week? A lot of stuff, but
Also, a lot of the Olympics this week.
Winter Olympics. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
watched the original Frankenstein of 1931 by James Whale, and I read it as well. Apparently, my memory of the novel was a little off last week.
Oh, really?
I just wanted let your ego fit in the room, Chris. Jeez Louise.
I'm just saying, we talked about this.
We did.
And somebody.
I read the.
You should have hit him with it. I accept your apology. Super passive aggressive.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get into this week. Are you guys ready to start a show, or you guys have anything else you want to say?
I don't know.
I think I'm
Anything
good.
else?
Yeah, ready to start a
Olympics have been
show.
Wild. You know?
Yeah, my wife is super into the Olympics, both the winter and regular, and she's been watching it.
What's her event?
Yes,
What's the one where they
Curling.
throw? Yeah, I like the curling.
there's a big kerfuffle about curling
There
right
was.
now.
There was almost a fist fight on live
Yeah.
TV yesterday.
Yeah,
So apparently, was it the gold medal match
there's been a
yesterday?
couple kerfuffles actually.
So Team Canada and Team Sweden got into a
Mhm.
screaming match on live television about an alleged cheating thing.
Yep.
So
You cannot.
you can't touch the rocks.
You can't touch the rock after you've released the handle.
Can't touch it
Yeah. So
with anything.
Points for you for using the word kerfuffle in a complete. That's good for you,
I
man.
went for fracas myself.
I mean,
this
I'm a man of culture, obviously.
Fracas is good.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So like
Johnny
you know,
Brooke is also one of my personal favorites.
I mean, a lot of good stuff in the Olympics, but like you know, my wife, she's I think the biggest thing that she's into is track and swimming, and she likes gymnastics a lot too. But you know, if it's figure skating right now and things like that, so
She's looking at swimming to scope your daughter's future competition.
yeah, something like that.
So I know your wife listens to the show. So
She does.
I will speak to her directly here. If you like track and field, a very good event or good sport to get into is speed skating.
Oh yeah.
Because it is very track and field
Mhm.
and still very much skating.
What's that movie with Chad Michaels and Will Ferrell and Jason Heder?
Oh
Blades
God.
of Glory?
Yeah, Blades of
I think that
Glory.
movie's oddly hilarious, but I like that movie a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's start a
Dance to
show.
One song and one song only by Hums by Fred. He looks him dead in the face.
I love that sequence when he spins Jason Heder on it like his cup with his. I'm immature. It's what I am, folks. It's fine. All right. Once again, folks, this is episode 69. Nice. Of Post Credits Podcast, where we talk about movies with you. This week, let's start a show, though. I should
do that.
probably bring up box office stuff, shouldn't I?
You could do that.
I could.
We did a bunch of show prep too before.
Yeah, we
this.
did. Yeah.
We didn't once talk about the box office.
Well, we never usually
The
do,
other
but
stuff done.
here's the thing. So, okay,
Did we though?
here's the box office. You guys might be surprised. Whoa, I haven't looked at it either. You guys know what number one is?
It's Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights.
Yeah.
No, 34.9 million for an 82 million. It's not going to do anything, guys. I don't want to watch that.
Hey,
Um,
you think that's a good number?
it's a fantastic number.
82
Marvel
domestic
number.
or the
No,
world?
No,
That's
worldwide.
Okay.
But 82 worldwide, it's like a Marvel number, bro. Come on. I'm really excited about that movie. I'm going to try to catch that this week. What?
You just can.
I just saw your
it's-
eyes get all
it's
wide.
Marvel numbers.
It is.
Buddy,
Almost
the
$100
lowest
million.
Marvel movie of all time. It's probably better than that.
No, incorrect. You, come on.
I mean, it's
There's
not
no
Marvel
way.
numbers. It's low end Marvel.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
good.
say
The
that.
one romantic movie that came out on Valentine's Day was number
That's
one.
actually a really good point.
And it only did $40 million.
We'll see if it has legs. Yeah,
We'll see if it has legs.
Valentine's Day.
GOAT, 26 million for a worldwide of 47. Wow, that's a good weekend. Damn.
Animated movie about a goat playing basketball did 2/3 of the money of the romantic movie on Valentine's.
I mean,
Day.
you know, it's not uncommon for some dads. Not me, because I'm a giant piece of shit apparently to my daughters.
Wow,
But for dads to do you know, father daughter dates and stuff. So I'm sure there's probably a small boost of, you know, taking your daughter out to a movie and stuff.
buddy,
on
take your
Valentine's Day.
kids to Crime 101.
You know, I could have actually.
That movie's awesome.
Chris's wife, his decision making sometimes might be a little questionable. All right.
I mean, I'm good.
Crime 101.
Yeah, but that's honest. That's
Yeah,
just
All right, guys.
transparency.
Crime 101, number 3, 15.1 million for a worldwide of 17. Not good. We're going to talk about that one a little bit. Send Help, number 4, 9 million for a worldwide of 73. Okay, it's good enough there. What did we say the budget for that was? It was like
I don't know, 40.
38 or something, I thought. Okay. Solo Mio, number 5, 6.8 million for a worldwide of 18. Oh, man.
That one, listen, it's gonna pick up, guys. That
You
one's gonna.
know-
pick
All
up.
right.
Grayson brought this to my attention. Apparently, they're developing a third Paul Blart movie.
What? Did they make Kevin James back? Is that what it is?
I mean, Kevin James, he, like any actor, wants to stay relevant, so who knows? I
Should
don't
have
know.
took like a 9-year break. I don't know. It's weird.
Zootopia, number 6. Zootopia 2, number 7. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, number 7. Number 8, Avatar, Fire and Ash, 1.4. I don't want to look at Zootopia's numbers.
Do it.
1.8. Just stomp James Cameron. Jeez. Iron Lung, number 9. Number 10, Dracula. Let's see where Iron Lung is. That was a very low product. Was like 3 million.
$3 million.
Yes,
It's at 43 worldwide.
Good.
Hey,
So let's just say 3 million to clear its budget. So
Yep.
let's say another 5 for 10 for
they
marketing.
more than 10x their number.
Oh yeah, they're well in
Good for
the
them.
good for
100%
them.
good for them.
All right, that's it for the box office. What do you guys think about the box office?
I mean,
I'm not really surprised.
Valentine's Day weekend, nothing there's like, you know, oh my god, it just is. It's a Valentine's Day box office. The romance movie took top, kid movie took second place, and then it trickled
The
down.
rated R crime movie took third.
Yeah, it just sounds like a Valentine's Day box office.
Actually, it sounds a little more powerful than most Valentine's Day box office.
You mean like previous year stuff?
Yeah.
You know, like maybe, but at the same time, I mean, domestic we had what 40, 20, and 7, you know, or something like that. So
40, 20, and 15.
yeah,
40, 26, and 15.
yeah. So I mean, we're sitting about 60 million. That's not unheard of.
No,
you know,
it's
box office.
75 million.
Is it? Well, maybe.
It's 81
math's
million,
hard.
actually.
That's how hard it is.
It's hard.
81 million. That's a good, decent weekend.
Yeah.
Spread over 3
All right,
weeks.
let's move on. Let's talk about a trailer. We're trying to get trailers back in rotation
Trailer?
here.
Yep.
I want to talk about Ready or Not 2. I'm super psyched for this movie. I know those guys aren't nearly as psyched as I am, but I am super psyched. I thought the first one was kind of a surprise hit with Samara Weaving. It's just a movie that came out. I didn't expect much from it, and I ended up walking out of the theater loving it. So how did you guys think of it?
So the first movie for me was something I had no expectations of. So
Neither, none.
I'm honest to God, I'm happier when I have little to no expectations of a movie, and then to even be remotely surprised. And it's like that's an unfair shot at for Ready or Not, because it's a pretty good movie, and it's not for everybody because it is violent and bloody.
Yeah.
It's very R-rated.
Gratuitous violence too.
It's, it's gory. It's violent. It's a pretty decent movie.
Mhm.
It's appropriately funny when it needs to be,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's a good movie.
It's one of those movies that surprises you with like, oh, this is actually like fun. Like the concept and all that seems like it shouldn't work, but it's just clever. It's cleverly enough written to where there's a lot of
I
compliments in
think
the
it's
script.
incredibly well written. That
When
film always
when
did
was the
that.
first one?
2018, I think.
Oh my God, 8-year difference.
Hold on, Ready or Not.
Yeah, there was a large event that happened though somewhere shortly
Yeah,
after
but
it came
still,
out that
though,
kind of like
that's
canned
eight's
a
a
lot.
long time though.
Maybe I'm
It
wrong
is.
about that, but I think it was 2018. Hold on, I'm checking it out now.
So bright,
Um,
the audience could see.
I don't.
2019.
Yeah, okay, I knew it was one of those
All right,
years.
yeah.
Still,
Even closer to like No Man's Land.
sure.
But I'm really excited for this one. Samara Weaving
Good.
comes back. We get a little taste of her sister, Catherine Newton, and we got Elijah Wood, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Kevin Durand, David Cronenberg, Nestor Campbell. We have a big cast here, and it just expands the world of the first one. If you've seen the first one and that really supernatural twist in the end, it's really rad. If you haven't seen it, you should watch that. But so she survived that. Now she gets tossed right into the lion's den again, has to survive again. I'm psyched for this. I know that my number one and number two, I think, on my upcoming were Scream 7 number one, number two, Ready or Not 2.
Mhm.
I like these kind of films, especially ones that are handled with care. So I know you guys weren't as high on those, but
I mean,
I'm super psyched for it. So
no, I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. I'm ready for it.
I hope it's good. If we're gonna watch it, maybe.
Maybe.
maybe indeed.
Oh yeah, what was it going up against?
Busy week that week. That's
That's your movie.
Mary.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no way we're gonna watch it on Project Hail Mary. But
Yeah.
so I'm really ready for that. I'm glad we're getting a sequel to that, and I've heard talks the third one's already been greenlit as well. So
Nice.
very, very happy.
They
for
must have
that.
a lot of faith in what they did here. Then.
Oh, they must know they have a good product. So yeah, of course.
So in 2034, when
if
Ready or
if pattern dictates.
when Ready or Not 3 comes.
All right, let's change gears a little bit. Do a movie rec, Chris. I believe it's your week.
Yes. So we're talking about Crime 101 this week. So trying to keep it adjacent to the film. My first pick was unfortunately disqualified due to a previous mention. So instead, what we're going with is we're going to recommend Collateral, which fits kind of like the vibe of this movie. Maybe not quite on point, but still a great movie and a great time. And it focuses a lot more on the characters involved in the film than the action that you get to be a part of. I think that's kind of like the line that Crime 101 is trying to drive on. So yeah, Collateral. It's got Tom Cruise. It's got Jamie Foxx. It's got a whole bunch of not a whole bunch, a few other people in it. But man, it's a good ride. It's Tom Cruise doesn't get to do sinister very often. You know what I mean? But like he pulls it off really well in Collateral, and I love it.
It's funny you want to do this movie because Mark Ruffalo is Detective Fanning, and then he gets shot in the dance club. Also, I thought when I was watching Crime 101, I forgot when I was watching Crime 101, I was like, that looks like Ruffalo's character from Collateral after 20 years of being a good cop and everyone telling him to stand down. That's exactly what he turned into. It's funny that
I forgot he's in that movie.
Collateral's a good movie, man.
Collateral,
really
Mark
is.
Ruffalo, Jada Pinkett Smith, Peter Berg, Bruce McGill, Barry Shakaba Henley. Like, there's a lot of people in that really.
There's more than 5 people in this movie.
It doesn't feel like but yeah.
And just Tom Cruise does villains so well.
So, but he's not a villain very often, right? You know what I
No.
mean? It's like he in that movie,
He's a bad dude.
he's imposing. He's like the opposite of his character as Jack Reacher in that. I feel like because Jack Reacher's still a badass and gets shit done, but he's ultimately kind of like the gray area good guy.
Yeah.
In Collateral, he's just the same character, but if he was the villain, in my
all the
opinion.
way pegged to bad.
Yeah, and like I think that's a cool thing to see him do because like he doesn't get to do that very often. I feel
That's a movie. That's a movie I'll have to rewatch sometime soon because that was
Collateral?
so
It's worth
good.
it. Yeah.
That's Michael Mann. We don't get Michael Mann movies anymore, but that's Michael Mann. That's of course post. This post one of his good stuff. That's right before Miami Vice, which is unfortunately not very good. But Michael Mann can tell a good story, and I always forget. It's funny that Adam Sandler was the original choice for the driver, not Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx like number 4.
Interesting. And on that note, I wish Jamie Foxx did more movies. I think he's excellent as an actor.
He's good. He's very
very
He's
good.
got a hell of a range. That guy.
Yeah.
He's got an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
He does. He's
For what?
I just
Ray.
watched.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
right.
yeah.
I just watched Day Shift again, which I was pretty harsh on that when that movie came out, but it's fun. Vampire hunting is always fun. Yeah.
I mean, it's the absolute kind of movie that you should hate.
Why?
It does all the Netflixy stuff that Netflix movies do.
Well, I assume that's going to be the future, so I'm just kind of easing myself into
Oh, is
it.
that what it is?
because-
Okay,
You
gotcha.
turned the
No.
corner, huh?
No, I haven't.
Right
But
after Frankenstein. Got it.
no, I will never capitulate to that one. But I mean, Netflix does. I think that movie's fun enough, and the back and forth between Dave Franco and Jamie Foxx when Jamie Foxx keeps calling him a little bitch for not getting out of the car. It's funny enough that it's entertaining. You can watch it for an evening and have fun. I don't think it's very good, but Jamie Foxx is good though. That's the thing. Is Collateral though, man? It's one of those movies that it's so good it makes everything else that year look bad. It's
It's one of those movies that actually like makes you hold your breath at times, and it's like it's like holy shit.
I thought that when they did the dance sequence is awesome, or like the dance then when they're in the
Club,
the big club shootout happens. That's awesome. Very kind of Heat reminiscent. And right when they're arguing and they stop, and then that what's the what's that? It's not System of a Down. It's Radiohead. I forget the band, but it's Audio Slave. The Audio Slave song comes on, and they see the lone
Huge in
wolf.
2002, by the way.
2004. Collateral 2004.
Okay.
Same point.
When the wolf went across the street and they realized that's what he is a lone wolf, and then what a great. And then I thought the one missed thing they didn't do was, you guys remember, so in the end of that film, of course, there's a shootout between Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. When you swallow the big like plot convenience of the girl he drops off in the beginning is his last target, so that's why they keep him involved through the. But it's after they have the shootout, and because of course when he gets in his cab in the beginning, he's like, I hate LA, and Jamie Foxx is like, why do you hate it? Why do you hate LA guy with gray hair? And he's like, well,
Is it gray? Isn't it white?
It's gray.
Yeah, it's like wolf gray.
Silver Foxes.
Yeah.
He's like a fat guy gets on the MTA, does laps around the city, no one knows he's dead until 8 hours later, and like that's how he ends up.
Yeah.
But I thought the one awesome thing about the Cruise character was, wouldn't it have been awesome, and I mean awesome, because they have the shootout, he sits down and says, hey Max, guy gets on the MTA, dies, you think anyone will notice? And he kind of slumps over, and then he gets Jada Pinkett Smith character out. I thought, wouldn't it have been amazing if he looks back through the window and he's gone? That would fit with the Cruise character of like always on the move. Like I just
could have got Collateral too.
Mm.
Damn.
No, it's better. Just we're in sequelitis these days, but that's a good call out, Chris.
Yeah. I think it's a good film.
Would it be Recollateral or Collateral?
I had a bad joke. I'm funny, but I can't say it.
You're gonna get that instant bracket from me. Like that's
yeah?
I have to choose that.
Like so, next week we have a bracket challenge.
Mm-hmm.
We have-
Bracket time.
But not
baby.
with Collateral.
Collateral will not be on that. It'll be on the next one,
Correct.
which is going to be a high ranked seed no matter what.
Yeah.
And tough to beat.
Well, I want to see Collateral's Metacritic.
I bet it's high as hell.
71. That's
It was
super
good.
high,
That
man.
was
That's
good.
super high. Yeah, that's must watch.
We've done enough of these brackets now to where it's like anything from 60 and up is it's winner potential at that point, because and especially when you get 70, that's like that's a high caliber film, like with the best of the best.
Yeah. Also, that's available on Paramount Plus. If you subscribe, it's available for you to watch. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's go to the extended discussion this week. I think it's a very poignant one, and I think one worth having is Chris Hemsworth outside of the Marvel universe. He's been Thor. He's been in many Marvel films. He's done a wonderful job, but he is. A lot of people will say that there are no more movie stars, and I would, with the exception of like 3 people, I would agree. I think Chris Hemsworth is one of those people. So that's why I want to just put my hat in the ring and say I don't think there's any more movie stars outside of 3 people, and Hemsworth one. So, guys,
Who are the other 2?
I'm sorry.
Who are the other 2?
I'd have to really, honestly, I think Handsome Glenn could be one of them.
Okay.
And the other one, I made a list this morning. I can't remember.
Enough range from Glenn yet to agree with that. I haven't seen enough range from Glenn to say that yet.
Well, but the thing is, Glenn has what the action or the movie stars of the 30s, 40s, and 50s had. He's got the swagger, he's got the look, he's got the charm, he got the line delivery. Yeah. Not many people can pull that off.
I mean, I don't disagree with you there, but I haven't seen him in like in like an overly dramatic role yet. I haven't seen him like be able to like pull all that off yet.
Fair.
Everything he's been has been high octane action or comedy with action, like baked into it. And romance. He's been in a romance.
Well, he was
movie.
Top Gun was that movie, but he wasn't.
He wasn't
featured,
yeah.
He
was there.
He was like the third billing.
He got paid. Don't get me wrong.
He was like the third most important character, fourth most important character.
What it did for him though is it elevated him into like I can lead movies.
Of course. So yeah, what do you guys give me your Hemsworth outside of Marvel? Give me your go-to.
Well, also, I mean, I fucking love Extraction.
Yeah, that's of course.
You know what I mean? And like,
yes,
so,
yes,
it's really hard not to like go there first for me. And that may disappoint some people because like that's very much action star Hemsworth still. Which
there's
I guess,
still a lot of drama in that though.
There is, and it's. I think it's meaningful drama too because he does a very good job of playing that character and telling that character's story. And I don't know who else you have in that role that really pulls it off in the same way that Hemsworth does. Hemsworth has just one of the better screen presence I think of male leads right now, and maybe that's because he looks like he's 6'7" on screen or something. You know what I mean?
He's a big dude.
He is. Yeah,
with those beautiful blue eyes.
So, but like it's more the jawline.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just like I think Extraction is like a lot of people can do action, right? But like I think he is one of the people that if he wants to, he could be one of the best at action. Like take Jason Statham and what he used to be, but give him more range and and what have you. And I think that's what Hemsworth is.
He's strictly a better Statham. That's what. Well,
Statham was very good at the very cliche action, but like that fit the time that Statham was big, right? So like those were like the Statham movies were like the kind of action that we got in droves. Hemsworth is a very good, in my opinion. Like if Hemsworth goes down this line, man, he could do some really cool, very serious action films. He could be the next guy that carries like a Die Hard for 7 movies. He could if Extraction 4, 5, 6, and 7 came out and Hemsworth was in it, you'd see every one of them and we talk about him. And it's because he is that guy when it comes to like that kind of action movie. He's just great at it.
Well, I think to touch on what you're saying is he's got the screen presence, but he's also got like that Daniel Craig. If he looks at you in a way, you're dead. Because like that's what Daniel Craig brought back to Bond, and I think Hemsworth has that. And I'm thinking of like the sequences in Extraction where he just whips ass, and it's great to watch. It's not. It's different than a Statham. It's in a different way than he does it.
Yeah.
But it's those sequences in the Extraction films that, for instance, in the second one when it slows down quite a bit and Olga Kurylenko drives up, and like they have that because like she's the woman that had the kid with him and he wasn't there when his kid died, and like they have that moment where he just melts to a puddle of goo because he's so embarrassed. He can't look at his wife, he can't look at anyone, and that's great range for him.
Yeah.
And like another one, do you guys remember that he was George Kirk?
Yeah, he's Kirk's dad.
Star Trek.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I knew that.
And then the next thing I know, of course, Thor. But then for me, Cabin in the Woods, which I really despise that movie. I know you probably I just despise it.
I mean, Cabin in the Woods is fine. It's not movie gold. I think
it's a big movie though.
It's got a cult following though.
It sure does. The next thing I really loved him was Snow White and the Huntsman.
I think he's the only thing good in that movie.
Course,
so yeah,
of course.
100%.
And then of course, I mean,
worst speech of all time. What are you thinking?
So, well, I mean, I have a couple of things that I think he's
Rush.
good in. Listen, Rush is a great movie.
Yeah.
You ever watch that? He plays the
yeah.
He plays the F1 driver.
That's James Hunt.
That's got someone else in it who's
the German Daniel Brugh.
Yeah.
He plays,
Rush is good.
Yeah, he plays Niki Lauda.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent movie.
Yep.
You should see it. Like very, very of the times. 80s Formula One. Awesome.
Yeah, that's what he was coming up to. That
it says here he plays Who was Niki Lauda?
Right?
Isn't it Daniel Brühl?
Yeah, Daniel. I thought he meant Hemsworth. Like
no, he plays.
No, yeah,
he plays James Hunt.
Yeah, Daniel Brühl's that.
The other thing that I always loved him in, which is when I got the appreciation for his terrible American accent,
which comes out here sometimes too.
The thing is since Bad Times at the El Royale, like this is where you really get to see his I'm an American accent. In every movie he's played an American since, it's the same accent. Like he doesn't change it, which is fine.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's like he's Australian, right?
Yep.
It's probably tough. Our dialect is weird. I get that. But I always hear that same voice of him playing that crazy guy in
Why not
El
just let him
Royale.
have an Australian like
So
accent? You know what I mean?
in this movie, in Crime 101, I don't know why he can't have
Yeah, just be
his regular accent.
yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
fine.
It creeps in and out at times.
It does.
It's funny.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
I think Bad Times at the El Royale is a great movie. Strong. It's very Tarantino-ish the way the story works, and it ends completely different how I ever thought that movie would end. And there's a ton of people in that movie.
Yeah.
A ton of
Doesn't
people.
he come out in a room and he's like shirtless and he's like dancing or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's what I thought. That's what. Of course, that's what I remember the most of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Did you guys watch In the Heart of the Sea?
I've never seen that.
No.
That's the one where he's Owen Chase. He's a naval captain. Directed by Ron Howard. It was a massive budget, big movie.
We could talk about the awful Men in Black movies in.
I don't want to. I mean, that movie was really bad.
It was really bad.
It was
I forgot he was in
embarrassing. It was embarrassingly bad, is what it was. Let's just. But I want to creep up just a second here.
Spiderhead.
Spiderhead was bad too.
Spiderhead was a Netflix special that cost like $150 million for 4 people. What, him and Miles Teller and 2 other people?
Oh yeah, because they had to build the World War II bunker
by the island. Kevin decided.
And then another one that, again, Chris, you may appreciate more than most is the sequel, The Huntsman, The Winter's War.
Yeah.
Because he's got the lines with Jessica Chastain because he's trying to help her remember that they were in love. And he's explaining, you guys are on your phones, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
I have an IMDb, buddy.
All right. And he's got the lines with her in the pool when she's saying, what happens when we're found? He goes, I give you my life and my death. Whatever happens, I stand with you. Of course, they get separated. Then happens the first film, and then the movie bookends. Huntsman War bookends with Huntsman's War. But he also has the line in the end where he gives the speeches to Charlize Theron's character again.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to die, at least die for something that's yours. And just wonderful lines. And otherwise, unfortunately, mediocre movie. I love that movie though.
Yeah.
And then 12 Strong. I don't remember liking that one much.
Nope.
I thought that was
good.
not great at all.
I mean, and I know you said like outside of Marvel, but I want to shout out his performance specifically in Avengers: Infinity War when he's playing that he's so tormented the whole time he's playing that role because Loki dies at the very beginning, right?
Yep.
So he's on a mission, and it's easy in like a superhero film in a Marvel movie to like kind of like forget that the characters can be serious, that everything's a little more lighthearted because of just the way Marvel has set up its universe and its characters.
Mm-hmm.
But like the entire time in Infinity War, he is he does a good job of bringing that feeling of like he's determined and he's dread ridden, and even when he shows up to try to end it all, and even at the very end when Thanos tells him you should aim for the head. Like he has range in that movie with a movie that doesn't. It's not necessary for him to have range in, right? He's just Thor. He's a badass dude, but like his character, like his whole struggle, his whole plight is believable in a movie where like you have an ensemble cast, you have 100 different things going on, and in the end it's a Marvel movie, but like he's one of the reasons why that movie pays off so well in the entire like long arc because his character he plays the character out. Then we have. After that we have Endgame, but what version of Thor. I don't think that was his fault. I think that was.
I think that's a writing thing.
That's how they end up writing that character.
Oh, you mean like the fat dude?
Yeah, and just the way he's acting.
He does have serious because when they confront Thanos in the end, like you see that glimmer of like super serious Hemsworth.
Yeah. But,
then he has a whole conversation with his mom.
Yeah.
When he's back in
time.
Yeah,
and it's
Renee Russo.
And he's emotional and you believe it and
that's
stuff.
What he gets from you when you're back. And,
yep.
Yeah.
And then I love. Oh,
you didn't have to read that, Grayson.
I stopped the show for a reason. Anyway, it's and then of course the line when he fix your camera, Chris. You're a bum. Jeez. When he does kill Thanos and that line comes back, he's like, "I told you, you die for that." And then he doesn't cut his head off again. I don't remember. I haven't seen the game for a while.
No, they get snapped away.
That's right, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, but it's a great line. And let's talk about 2 more real quick. Furiosa.
Yep.
What a great character that is.
I think he's great in Furiosa.
Yeah. I stood off because the movie's shit, but
I think the movie's actually really good. I don't hate Furiosa at all. Just for the record, I think Furiosa is really good.
The movie's not great.
Okay, well, how do we feel about him? Optimus Prime as Transformers 1.
Oh, he just proved that he can also do voice acting.
Or is that his American accent that kind of comes out?
Yes.
I mean, luckily it's behind an animation studio, so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Sure.
But no, look,
yeah.
I'm fine with him voicing Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I think he did great.
The problem is like Transformers 1 is a pretty decent movie that made no money, so they're probably never going to touch that again, which is
One of the
unfortunate.
best third acts that exists.
Yep.
I thought that movie was very strong.
It's a good movie.
Movie's good.
It didn't
just
make any
money.
Well, so he's got 6 upcoming. Check this out: Extraction 3, which we knew was coming.
Yeah.
Cockroach, spelled with K's. Prince Charming, Subversion, Untitled Transformers G.I. Joe crossover, still on his IMDb, and of course Avengers Doomsday is Thor. So he's back in the role.
Of course he is.
So he's back. RDJ is back, and who's the other one? Cap is back. I think that's amazing.
They're all back. Yeah.
Hashtag.
Everybody's there.
I was right.
Everybody's there.
Well, no, Marvel just realizes that they need those people back. But I think Hemsworth in Marvel and outside of Marvel are 2 different versions of him. And it's worth having the discussion sometimes about what he can do. He's got an incredible range, a really incredible range.
Really does.
The thing with him being Thor for as long as he has is I think he embraces the role at least a little bit, because he himself said he wasn't really happy with when they made him fat and depressed.
Yeah.
He didn't like the way that the character was, and he said he wasn't going to come back if they didn't make him better.
Well, his biggest problem was with Love and Thunder, is when he said that if they don't change things, then he's not coming back.
We're done with this.
Yeah.
So
no, I think he likes the role. I think he knows that it's one of the reasons why he got big. I think he likes to act not just for him, but for his fans. He seems very genuine in like when he takes on roles that he wants to do well. If it's like known characters and such.
Well, and the other part of it is people forget, like it gets his kid is, a part of Marvel now because of that. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
So his actual daughter is Love, and she's in movies now. And that's good. That's tough to do.
She's not gonna have to work at Burger King as a teenager. Nope.
I doubted she was going to do that anyway.
Your 2 parents are superstars. Yeah, of course. Well, is there anything you want to say about Hemsworth outside of the Marvel Universe before we jump into Crime 101?
I just think that the guy has more range. I don't think he comes to people's minds when you talk about great actors we have right now, and I think that's because he's quiet. I think it's he doesn't make a lot of noise. He comes in, he does what he does really well, and then like he's on to the next thing. I think that's a good thing, but I just don't think he's thought about as often when you think about like the best we have right now. He's really good, and he has been for a long time now. I think it's cool.
I would like to see him do something dramatic.
Yeah,
just to see. I mean, because like he's in movies that have
got a glimpse
drama.
of it here with Crime.
Sort of. Yeah.
We get a glimpse of it.
But it would be interesting to see if he could carry a whole movie like that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I think that he probably could.
I do.
Given a good script, I think he could do it. I mean, because like dude's a star, and
he's a real movie star, is what it is.
He can probably do anything, and give him a shot to be something other than Thor. And it's like, I don't want to take away from Extraction because I think Extraction is great and I love those movies. He's still Thor. You know what I mean? He's still just a big dude beating ass.
So, yeah. Sorry, finish your thought.
No, but because he's such a big, imposing guy, and it's I'm not trying to marginalize the fact that he's in good shape and he's a tall guy. It's hard for him to be like there's never going to be a movie where he's just some regular guy on the street. Like it's just he's not built for that.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see if he ever ends up doing a movie where he's just a regular person.
Yeah.
Like we've never really seen him do that.
So, what if you guys had to pick? This would be like my closing thing on Hemsworth, but I think it's an interesting question. Who would you like to see him co-star in a film with? Like what's a 1-2 pair up that you think would be cool to see on screen?
Serious answer or funny answer? Because I have 2.
However you want to go with it, but I'm thinking more like a serious statement. It could be a funny movie.
Okay. So serious answer for me would be I would love to see Chris Hemsworth and Adam Driver do a cop movie.
Okay.
I think that would be
Adam
badass.
Driver could do a dark side really well.
Adam Driver can do anything he wants.
True.
That dude
rules. He can act.
Underappreciated, but he's awesome.
I like to see Hemsworth with Mel Gibson.
Okay.
because they both have that killer instinct that just so many male leads in Hollywood, like Bradley Cooper doesn't have it, Handsome Glenn doesn't have it, at least not yet. They just don't have it, and they just like it's just there's like there's like 5 or 6 guys that actually have that, but there are 2 of them. And I just I think that'd be an awesome team up. So I hope we do. Are we still supposed to get the Lethal Weapon 5?
I mean,
Danny Glover and Mel.
I haven't seen it in a while.
It's on IMDb. I just checked.
I do know that Hemsworth for a long time was slated to play Hulk Hogan, and that
he fits it honestly.
Well, yeah, but that all got scrapped.
Yeah,
so
I think it's funny you mentioned his name. I think Hemsworth and Handsome Glenn would be phenomenal to see on screen together. Not a buddy cop movie, but like some sort of like not action comedy, but some sort of comedy movie with those two, where it's like a semi-serious, like maybe like romantic comedy thing or something along those lines. I think they would be really cool on screen together. I think they'd be funny.
That's a lot of handsome on screen.
It really is, but like I think the exchanges they could have. I think they would be very funny to riff off of each other. Maybe.
I wish one day we can incorporate that into the show so Roger can just say that. I agree with you on that. Although comedy as in like rated R comedy like Tag or like The Good Guys.
I think they could do both.
Ryan Gosling and
I think it could be either one of those. I think they would actually do better in the latter. Not like rated R comedy would be fine, but I don't think that's where their strengths are. I think they would just have a good time in a comedy together. I think they would.
A good repartee.
Yeah,
sure.
I think so. I just think that their back and forth would be good.
I mean, I have no doubt that Hemsworth and Ryan Gosling would play.
I was just going to say
Ryan Gosling would be good too.
Super well at any role.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to see them on screen together at some point, I think, within the Marvel Universe, probably once, if I had to guess.
I'd actually like to see...
I was thinking Reynolds, like Austin. Yeah.
I'd actually like to see him with William H. Macy. I don't know why. I just think they're both really funny.
WHM?
Yeah, I think they'd be a good they'd be a good dad son
yeah.
Where of course they're both kind of reserved, but like William H. Macy's child. It's just I think it'd be an interesting combo, but it's a combo we're probably never going to get. But interesting to think about though.
Interesting combo.
Yeah,
it is.
All right, boys, we're here to talk about a movie. Given the Hemsworth segue going into it. What say you we get into it? Crime 101. And before anything else, let's talk about some numbers real quick. Do you guys know what the numbers are?
I have no idea.
I haven't checked at all.
If I told you the tomato meter is 86, would you believe me?
Yes, I would.
So that's what it is, 86. And popcorn meter.
I would lie, 74.
Popcorn meter is 84. So right about the same.
Okay, yeah.
People like this movie.
And here's this. I'm happy to see this. The Metacritic is sitting at a very cool 68.
That's
very great 68.
Good number.
Yeah, man.
Number.
That's a good... and first thoughts before we get into the thumbs. First thoughts.
I'll go first. Like I like this movie. I thought it was rad.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem that I have with this movie, and it's something I'll get more in depth of when we talk about the movie, is I don't fully believe Hemsworth. I don't fully believe his character.
Okay.
And I'll dig in. I'll explain a little bit more of that as we get into it. But I almost think that they tried to make him as he's on the spectrum because he never makes eye contact with people. He's really bad at human interaction. Mm-hmm. And like they never allude to that in this movie, but man, does it check a lot of boxes for that. And I think that's strange to have that and never have it be part of the movie. So
yeah, I get you.
There's that.
First impressions, I'll quote some super old guy that was exiting the movie theater ahead of me, talking to his super old wife. He said that movie is not what I expected it to be, but it was pretty good. So,
okay.
I don't think anyone would expect the movie that we got. I think people all expected a much faster paced, higher octane.
I think the trailer sells it that way.
Well, sure.
And in the trailer, they show you basically part of every action sequence.
There's only like 4 of them.
Yep. Well, here's the thing: they're good action sequences.
Yeah,
but there are few and far between of that here.
I loved it. I thought it was rad. I really in love with this movie. Again, the way that I actually prefer the version we got rather than the Heat version, if I'm being honest. I thought there was more character to this. There was more thought process to it. I thought the characters more fleshed out, I think. Or they had the potential in this version to be more fleshed out because you have the different kind of things. But Chris, did you do your first impressions?
I did.
Okay, so let's lead us in, Chris, to the thumbs up.
Thumbs up, thumbs down for Crime 101 starring Chris Hemsworth in 2026 in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's an easy thumbs up. I would be surprised if someone didn't give a thumbs up for that. I don't. I'd like to know why.
I can tell you why right off the bat. Somebody might, because it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it
It
didn't
is
need
long.
to be.
Yeah, it is long.
There are long sequences of him looking longingly across the beach on at least 5 different occasions.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So you
Okay,
have length.
out the gate,
This
I-
time.
Fair. Okay.
out the gate, I will agree that the movie does run a little long. At times, I was thinking that okay, we're here a little longer than I thought, and also the movie feels like it ended twice.
It
And I
does have
don't,
that.
and I don't
You're
like
right.
when movies don't pull the ending off well. Like it's fine that like they want to wrap up things for each character, but I feel like it was like the ending and then the ending plus.
Like Lord of the Rings style.
Yeah, in a way, it was like okay, I think they could have chose one of those paths and like streamlined that a little
Well,
bit.
I know an entire sequence that could have been cut out of this movie that would have made no difference to the movie in any capacity. Would you like to know what it is?
Sure.
When he's in the hotel room with the escort.
No, I think you need that.
Why?
I think you need that because I think it's part of his character build up. It's part of the human side of him. I think because if you take away the Monica Barbaro and that sequence, I think then you have a version of the Terminator that's a little stiff, a little robotic. But
He's
those
that way anyway, though.
I think there's a middle ground here that I agree with. I think that you don't need to have the entire scene with the prostitute, hooker, lady of the night, whatever you want to call it. I think I do agree. I think it's necessary because it shows that he has it just shows another level of he has probably connection.
Super awkward.
Yeah, like a good looking guy as good looking as he is, it's showing that he understands that that he has looks. He doesn't know how to go about dating.
Mhm.
So but I think you could just have him open the door, it being an obvious financial exchange for sex, and then just let it go to the next scene if that.
I agree with that.
I could have shaved off like a minute and a half, 2
Yeah,
minutes.
exactly, right? Like it's just, and I think that's key here. And it feels like we're ragging on the movie at the gate, but
It's not though, because if you watch the movie, you understand.
There are enough of those scenes where there's enough scenes where I can say shave off 1.5 minutes, sprinkled in this whole movie that I think gets you 15 minutes back. And I think that's kind of where my main negative of the film is just that.
Well, if you want to keep scenes in where he's just awkward with human interaction, just do more of the first date.
Yeah.
Because
more of them because I feel like
the beginning of that date is
perfect.
Look, it's been a long time since I've been on a first date, right? I've been married for a long time.
Fair.
I have never once been on a date that was that fucking awkward. I mean, she's right when she gets up to leave because dude, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
this is weird.
Yep.
But you can tell it's an act for him, though. But you can tell he's also playing the guy. He's playing the part of the guy who's trying to impress her by coming to this place out of his depth as well.
But again, though, it plays back to he might be on the spectrum, dude.
Yeah, but what he's saying is that's a good example of
I totally
what we
understand
need.
Yeah, because of those kind of scenes. There are other parts of the movie, maybe we didn't have to go that deep into. Maybe we already get it. He's not good with people.
Yeah.
All right. Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Cogan, Monica Barbaro, Corey Hawkins. Written and directed by Bart Layton. I just want to get. I didn't do that earlier, but
I love Barry Cogan.
Yeah.
I think that's. I think you guys might be right, and it's maybe could have used a little bit of script tightness.
Could have some trimming. I think you could trim.
Yeah, you could trim almost.
You can
any movie in the last 20 years, you could probably trim 10 minutes out.
I understand, but I feel like you can feel it in this one. Is why. It's easy for us to look at a 2 hour and 35 minute movie. Go. This could be 20 minutes shorter, right? And then move on. But this one, I'm I can as I'm watching, I'm thinking it, and that's the problem.
I do also like too that this is a crime movie that closes all the loopholes.
True,
which is nice because you don't really get that. Sometimes they leave open-ended stuff at the end of a movie, but every story in this wraps up at least to a conclusion.
Yeah.
But the question I want to ask you guys about this movie is, who's the bad guy?
Barry Cogan's an obvious guess.
Sure,
the cop that plants the gun on the guy
is a bad. Okay, sure, okay. Great call. Yep, great call.
Sure.
That dude sucks. We all agree that dude sucks.
Yep.
But you have a bunch of people playing roles here. It's like you have Chris Hemsworth, who is like he's the guy who doesn't want to hurt anyone but wants to do the crime. You know, you have Halle Berry, who's she plays everything straight as an edge. Like she doesn't doesn't step out the bounds.
Until she doesn't.
Until she does,
Sure. And same with Mark Ruffalo. Like he's the guy who does everything by the book well until he doesn't.
Well, the one thing that this movie teaches me is that the cops suck. Even the ones you're kind of like, I understand why he did that. It's still really bad what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With witnesses and everything.
I thought it was interesting too, because you guys remember how he's in the beginning, how he tricks that guy out of his car and puts him in the trunk.
Yeah.
That happens like 16 times a day in Chicago, and they can't stop it. But I was there; it was a big deal. And because my buddy of mine told me when I got there, he's like, if you're driving at night and a car stops in front of you, puts his hazard on,
run them over,
fucking
go around,
gun it around them. If you can make it, if not, you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, where am I right now? I'm in
would
Chicago.
certainly get kidnapped.
Yeah, 100%. I'd be dead.
For sure.
You look like someone that can get kidnapped.
But anyway,
How can I help you, sir? Get out of the car.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised that part of me is surprised they include that in films, like because now you just see how easy it is to do. Not like you couldn't figure it out.
You have ideas? No.
Grayson's there taking notes.
Hollywood got the idea from
Off
them.
the trunk,
Trunk,
full gun.
put water in trunk.
Yes.
It's
courteous of him to do so.
Yeah.
Don't forget gone for gas sign. But here's the thing: is like the characters in this, I think, are interesting, and they're all different enough that you don't get bored. You're excited for the next, I think, story point. I just think it might take some time to get to the next story point.
Yeah, it does. I think the characters are well done in this. I like that like you have different storylines for each character that kind of comes together and brings everything to a head, which is interesting. Even the Halle Berry's character, I think it's interesting that like she's necessary for the plot, but then like all of a sudden she isn't, which is fine, right? Like she gets to a point, things go sideways for her, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, she's kind of like done, but like I feel like that whole character was looped and they didn't just forget about her.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they didn't know what to do with it after a certain point, because we run into that sometimes where like characters like, you know, oh well, they just didn't know how to like wrap this character up. No, like her character comes to her arc just ends sooner than other people's.
Yeah, so
and it feels like it makes sense.
she's a character we're introduced right off the bat in the movie, and her arc wraps up like with 30 minutes to go in the movie.
Yeah,
which is different.
Mhm.
Because I mean maybe it doesn't necessarily wrap, because we do get the extra scene with her and Ruffalo back in the studio.
But it makes sense for where she ends up
Yes.
like soon before that.
It's interesting because like we haven't seen Halle Berry in like a big movie in a while.
It's been a while.
I wouldn't say this is a big movie.
I didn't even recognize her at first. If I'm being honest, I didn't
Really?
Yeah, she's just changed so much. I mean, she's still beautiful,
Stunning
but
older woman.
She looks good for 53. You know what
She
I mean?
certainly
It's fine.
does. Oh yeah, that's the joke. In the
She'll always be Storm to me, bro. Always.
Speaking of, isn't like this is like a Marvel reunion, right? There's like a ton of people here from like
Hemsworth,
Marvel stuff.
Hemsworth, her. Oh, I forgot about Nick Nolte too. It's just,
Oh yeah.
wasn't he? Wait, he was in a Marvel. He was Bruce Banner's father and something. What?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's the Hulk dad.
I forgot about Nick Nolte too. Who, by the way, that man is just old.
Yeah.
Not that I have a problem.
That
Nick Nolte,
happens.
if you want to come on the show and argue, that's fine.
Yeah, are you calling out the
Nick Nolte
oldies?
would come here and just beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Put a cigarette out on your face. What'd you say about me?
Wearing Crocs. He's like, what do you say about Crocs? I like his character too. It's just it's an old guy with grit that just he's doing whatever he wants to do and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool, especially him and Hemsworth. Talking about the William H. Macy and Hemsworth, like that was a cool duo for a minute too to see them on screen.
Mhm.
Nolte and Hemsworth. They're from completely different times,
Oh yeah.
very different eras. I thought that was really interesting too. So I mean, there's a lot of good characters in this film. I will say.
Well, even a character like Barry Keoghan's character, did we ever get a name for him?
He's the young kid, right?
Yeah.
Orman.
Like-
It says right here
Yeah.
Orman, but I don't remember
I don't
anyone
remember
calling him
saying
that.
but fine. You know, he's a good actor and like he's in a lot of stuff, and it's nice to see him like get to bounce off other big actors too.
He plays a greasy little shit really well.
Yeah.
I was so happy when Chris punched him in the face in the convenience store.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
When he's sitting there and he's drinking whatever, he throws a can at him, and Hemsworth just takes all the shit off the shelf and just fires it at him. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
do that. He'd be like, ah, idiot.
I like how like he wrecks his bike and he's just like, yeah, I'm not getting away. He's like waving him forward, like, come on, follow me. We'll go talk in here, kind of deal. I don't know. I thought that was
What's going
interesting.
on?
So yeah,
you're right. It's an interesting. Barry Kogan's an interesting because he has a specific look. He doesn't. He's very
greasy little shit.
He's outside, like he's like Uma Thurman. He's attractive just in a different way. Adam Driver, he's just they have a different. But
I don't know people's attractiveness. Like
I'm saying, they're still beautiful people.
I don't really do that here.
Oh my goodness, you guys managed to make me that guy every time.
Oh my god.
Was Jennifer Jason Leigh? She was the woman who was divorcing.
She was Mark Ruffalo's wife.
I love that exchange too, because halfway through he's asking questions and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm having an affair. I'm moving out."
He goes, "Is this your first affair?" And she looks him deadpan in the face and goes,
"Do
you really want to know the answer to that?" And he's like, "Fuck no."
Yeah.
Well, I like that adds. I almost wish that she hadn't said a damn thing. That the scene would have just started with Ruffalo there. And then he's like, "Do you want to say anything?" And like, I just take off the ring, and then I don't think we needed that. I know I'm that guy screaming at clouds. I'm trying to tighten up the script a little bit, but I like that we know that, okay, well, he's just in a shitty place in this. Because like, I saw all these interesting things moving together about all these characters. Like, okay, this is going to come to a great head somewhere because you have all these different characters that are going to come together in one spot, and then I don't really know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And how it played out. Like, I didn't think it. I couldn't predict what was coming. Did you?
No,
guys?
the ending of this movie is different than what. Now, I imagined how some stuff was going to close, like how some loops were going to close, but like I also didn't. And I mean, we spoil things here, so I'm going to do it a little bit. Like I didn't expect like the Halle Berry double cross.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
Like because it happened so immediately.
Yeah, but
well, I understand why it happens, right?
Yeah.
Like I get it because she got attacked. So I totally.
She was out after that. Yeah,
from her character's perspective, I get why it happened. I also didn't expect that part.
Yeah,
him just to kick her door in and beat the shit out of her. Like I didn't see that coming.
Greasy little shit.
Yeah, and it's like, huh. Because that changes how the movie is drawing one line, and everything's going to come to a head, and you know that these characters are going to come together, and then that wrinkle gets thrown in, and it's like, huh, all right, which I think is a good thing for this movie, because for a movie that's seemed like very linear, it takes a pretty big swing one way at the end, and I think the movie's better because of that.
Yeah, I mean. So talking about the characters, like you're saying here, I don't agree with the way that they not wrap up, but like the choices that the Ruffalo character makes.
Okay.
I don't think he lets him go. They never alluded to that the whole time, and like and even the character arc he's on the whole time, like he starts out obsessive, his whole life's falling apart, he's letting himself go, and then as he becomes more like as he starts to solve the puzzle, actually solving it, he's like he's getting his drive back. He starts working out. Like he's feeling like there's an end to the tunnel all of a sudden, and like his obsession is paying off. Like I don't buy him letting him go. Like it's like it's been his thing. Like that, he's been chasing that the whole time. Yeah. It's even improving him in his mental state the whole time. And then it's like this dude is whether he just like saved him or whatever. Like the dude broke the law the entire time. The dude's stolen millions of dollars, and it's like. I don't, and like if he wouldn't have been there, those people wouldn't have been in danger to begin with, and like I don't think his character lets him go, but I think that's the Hollywood ending they wanted. So I understand that that is a choice, and Ruffalo's character obviously makes it, but I don't see it the way they wrote the character. But I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, oh, okay, I get what they're doing here, but I think that Ruffalo's character, the way they wrote it all the way through, like. Doesn't let him go, but I think that the scene with the cop playing the gun is what kind of opens that door for his character.
It definitely changes his perspective.
Yeah, I think that might be what it is. So,
I think you may be right with that, but I think the reason he does let him go is because he killed that guy, and he looks at it as he might have saved his life.
Yeah,
and
he thinks he got shot for a second.
Whether he did or didn't save him, it's we don't know because it doesn't unfold that way.
Yeah.
And he's just like, just leave.
Yeah.
But a question that I have for you guys is, First off, what are we calling Chris Hemsworth's character? Are we calling him Mike? Are we calling him James? Like, what name are we going to use here?
I think
Davis.
Davis?
That's what he's listed. That's IMDb.
Davis.
They call him Davis at one point in this
No,
movie?
that's his actual. That is James Davis is his actual name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And him listed in IMDb as Davis gives nothing away.
Okay.
So I
Fair.
see what they're doing.
Fine. I get that. Fine.
I think he's Mike. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because we know him as Mike.
We'll refer to him as Mike.
We know him as Mike the whole time. It's like asking what is Wolverine's name? It's Logan.
Sure.
I know his name is actually James. And shout out to the guy who pissed me off in GameStop 9 years ago and told me I wasn't a Wolverine fan because I didn't think his name was James at first. But like we know him as Logan. He goes by Logan.
Is that a real interaction you had with a human being?
Yes. Yeah. Screw that guy. But
Okay. Just checking.
but like his name is James. That's his government given name. So like whatever. But we know the guy's Mike. I think he's Mike. You know,
Okay.
he's Mike. It fits.
So, with Mike, God, now I fucking just blanked out what we were talking about. We're talking about his name.
Sorry.
That's
going
okay.
out on a mini-
No,
mini
you went
tangent.
down a path. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll come back in a minute.
Yeah.
But like Mike's character. Oh, okay, I remember what it was.
Good.
So when he's talking to Myra, the lady.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Myra, right? Yeah. Myra.
His girl, yeah.
His lady friend.
Myra, Maya, one of those two.
Myra. I think it's Myra.
Yeah.
Is he says he has a number.
Mhm.
Okay. Any idea what that number is?
No,
Either
and-
one of you boys
Oh,
have an
that's
idea?
the point.
That's the point, yeah,
I think
yeah,
the point is it's never. I think with him, that's telling us that it's by him not revealing the number. He's never going to reach it. That's
Well,
it's more.
she
character
makes a
insight.
point to tell him that like it's never going to be enough.
Well, the reason I bring it up, right, is because it's generally when somebody says they have a number, it's because it's a goal they're trying to hit.
Yeah.
To either get himself out from underneath somebody's foot, which with the interactions that he has with Nick Nolte's character, I never believed that Nolte's got his foot on his throat.
No, he doesn't.
So it's not to pay him off. It's just about his own personal stuff.
Yeah. So he says it like at one point where
At dinner
like you have to have enough so that
to be safe.
yeah to be safe so you never need anything again or you never or you'll never fall into whatever like the things he went through in the past and like that's so it's an arbitrary number but he has it set and that's where she tells him like it's never going to be enough and that's what he realized at the very end when the cop lets him go he's not like hurting for the money he's there because it's such a big score and it's like that's why we get the clean ending for him too where he's got enough. He really does. He has millions of dollars stashed away already.
At least several million.
Yeah, so
dollars.
it's like he has enough to live very comfortably. He doesn't need
To
more than
never
that.
have to
yeah.
do this again.
Yeah.
I really. So one thing that on that sequence is I was surprised that when that dinner went and she left. Like I was surprised that was how things were left.
Why?
I expected more out of that because I like that because I thought that the interaction with him and the girl, whether it's the call girl or it's her, was one of the things was the other side of the character that we saw on screen.
Yeah.
Was the thing that made him human. Although I think there's a couple things there that I think as a writer, as a director, you're playing with. And there's a lot of crime moves out there where we're with the guy committing the crimes and they're like people are closing in and like he's got to be careful and there's always a woman involved is like it's close to Heat, it's close to a ton of other movies like that, but it's also I think by getting rid of the love interest at the time that it does, like 2/3 of the way through the film, I think it opens up for more availability with the Hemsworth character. Instead of doing you want to talk about a Hollywood ending, it would have been she would have been involved somehow, and then you know what I mean? Like that's the Hollywood.
Yeah.
I would have liked that to go a little further. But
but we're already talking about like the movie's already 2 hours and 15 plus minutes. You know what I mean?
Understand.
So, it's similar to the Halle Berry thing, though. Halle Berry's character is done at 66% through the movie, and it's because they have a third act that they really want to dig into, and give it some time. Because without if they go more into either of those characters, we don't get the long car ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is very paramount to the ending we get between both Hemsworth and Ruffalo, version 1 and version 2, because him giving him the car is because they have a conversation, and it's kind of like coming over to like Hemsworth is starting to he's starting to understand people through his relationship with Myra, because he understands that Ruffalo's character was being genuine in the car ride. It wasn't, while he's lying to him and like
He's
his
playing somebody else.
like he's being genuine in like the conversations they're having and stuff, and he picked up on that enough to be like to give him that car because talks about like like in the classics and all was wanting a Mustang and he knows he's got
American
one.
muscle.
He knows he's got one. So we don't get that long car ride if we get more the girlfriend, and the girlfriend was his catalyst for change is what it was, which
Growth.
well yeah, especially at the very end when he accepts that he had enough. He had money already and he had her, and that was more important and bigger than him just having enough money to feel safe. So
That's why he turned around in the end, right? You see, it's like L.A. 300 miles. Yeah, that's okay. That's what
he went all the way up to PCH. And,
and again, that's like
going back for her.
But you're bordering on like the Heat. You're bordering on Good Will Hunting. You're bordering on a ton of that other stuff. It's like, but it's impossible.
Those are good movies to play off of, though.
And I get it, but
there's too many good movies out there to say like a movie isn't.
And I'm that guy who's like, if you try to avoid all pit holes, you're just gonna make a mess of your story.
It's hard to do.
Sometimes tropes happen,
well,
and like
you guys think it was.
It's not even tropes.
Do you guys think it was weird about the rear ending, the bumper, and then he's like, "Hey, you want to go?"
Well, again, though, so like back to his social awkwardness.
Yeah.
Because like he should have just got in the car and left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
right. Yeah.
He's a terrible criminal. Like a
really
terrible criminal.
At every version of criminality except for the one he's doing.
Except for being a thief.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like except for the one thing he's super good at.
Yeah.
He's really bad at everything else.
Yeah.
And I mean, so what we're talking about, folks, is there's a scene how him and Myra meet for the first time. Is he's sitting at a traffic light and she just slams into his car.
Yep.
And she was like, "I need your insurance information." And he's kind of like, "I don't really know if I want to do that because
out this wad of cash." He's like, "Can we just settle this?"
Yeah. Here you go. You're like, oh, okay.
And I'm also like, "Dude, she hit you.
Yeah.
Like it should be the other way around."
Yeah.
He's like, "You can't make sudden stops like that." He's like, "Yeah, I suddenly stopped at a stoplight." But yeah, I mean, it's again though, like he checks a lot of boxes for some neurodivergence here.
Some sort of Asperger's.
Which is why I thought that was going to be more of a. That romance wasn't going to end where it does in the film because you see when he asked you want to go to dinner, we specifically cut back to we see the typing bubbles and then go away. We see the typing bubbles and then go away, and the third time we see them, yes.
Yeah.
I would have preferred her to say, "Are you serious?" Yes. Like I would have preferred that, but. I think
So
the
question
version
it at least a little bit.
Yeah.
The version we got is okay, but also, if you want to go things weird, is like she falls for him much quicker than I think a woman would have fallen for him. Given he gives you no conversation,
Well,
he gives you nothing.
I don't know though, man. It's because like he's got the whole vibe. The one, he's handsome as hell because he is, and she says that though.
Yeah.
She literally says she's like, "I only agreed to go on this date with you because."
Yeah.
How you look.
Beefcake. Yeah.
She basically says that to him at the dinner, right? And then she realizes like he's not right. Like she knows that he's broken in some way, and she's trying to unwrap that box or build that puzzle, whatever.
Yeah, and I don't think she falls in love with him. I think she becomes interested in him though, because like there is something there. They both realize that early on in the date that like, oh, if he's just genuine, then it's going to be okay.
Also, first date street tacos, hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah. So I don't think she's falling for him like right away, but I think she becomes very very.
By the time she walks away at that third awkward dinner, she's in it, baby.
Oh yeah,
that's my point. Is like,
well, I think he's in it too.
Well, but he just doesn't know how to process which I think is great for a character like that, especially played by Chris Hemsworth.
Well, he's also protecting her because of the interaction.
His lifestyle.
Well, he also his interaction with the slimy, greasy dude. You know what I mean? He knows that she's now in danger.
Slimy, greasy. Barry Kogan, if you want to come on the show and defend your character. I guess for me, there's such a big pull.
Somebody who smokes cigarettes indoors.
Oh God, in his car,
or like he just
windows up,
walks around hospitals, lighting up.
Yeah. One last rip of the cigarette.
Yep.
Walking through the door.
Yeah, and flicks it as he's going in. Yeah,
flicks it back in.
100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
It's for me something like this because if you think about, I keep bringing up Heat, but like that's the vibe. I kind of get some of that vibe, or like what this movie was trying to in your mind ignite was. The Heat doesn't work without the romance. between the girl that who's the main character in that, the Robert De Niro. You got to be ready to walk away in 30 seconds from everything, and like it doesn't work without that. I wanted this movie to not work without the romance, but it does, and it's fine.
does.
But I keep going back to this because like I would have thought Chris Hemsworth would have insisted on the script to be retooled to be like, no, I want that to go forward. I'm trying to get out of the Marvel thing and into my dramatic thing. Let's do this.
I think he's dramatic in this movie, even without that.
Sure, and I understand that, but
Yeah.
I mean,
It
dramatic.
touches on it at least, I think.
Well, so I think that this movie is 15% action, 85%, drama and story. Like, there's not a lot here action wise. It really isn't.
No, so we were talking about this beforehand because if you watch the trailer for Crime 101, they push it out of this high octane
They sell
action movie.
They sell it that way because Hemsworth is in it.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I want you to understand, while there is action in this movie and there are good action sequences,
Mhm.
most of this movie is not that.
Yeah,
It's I think it's better because of that.
Well, I agree 100%.
100%.
But he is the whole movie is exploring these characters and the decisions they make and why they're making them and what makes them up as who they are, especially the Hemsworth character. And as he's going through this character change, like in front of us, and I think Hemsworth sells it really well, and I think we get that drama, which I appreciate it. I like that part of it.
Also, if you like this movie, I think you might love when Heat 2 comes.
Oh yeah.
I've read the book.
We're looking at you, Chris. Chris is not excited for Heat 2, everyone. Just want you to know that.
Not a big fan of Heat.
That's fair.
I mean, it is.
One of the greatest shootout movies ever in downtown. I did just
Not
watch.
one of
I did just watch Ambulance 2 this week, so that's a pretty decent shootout
a lot
too.
of drone work.
Yeah, a lot of drone work, but no, it is.
That's the movie where they found out how drones work.
That's the Heat is, I think, when you're talking about like downtown LA shootouts, like that's the movie, right? It has to be. That's the movie.
You'll get multiple of those in Heat 2. Not
With
in
like
LA.
high-powered rifles too, with like accurate precision. With Val Kilmer, oh yeah, it's great. We can talk about Heat for 20 minutes.
Yes.
Um,
Continue. I will just.
Maybe he should have been the pick today, Christopher. But
I've already done.
Oh, you have, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the. So, what do we think about some other characters then that we haven't really touched upon?
I mean, there's not a whole lot of other people. Now, I mean, if you want to talk about Halle Berry's character, because she's in a weird spot in this movie as a character, not as Halle Berry. She's in a job that she used to be really good at, is still probably pretty good at, but she's seeing other people she's getting passed up for promotions. She kind of hates her job because of it. And she's trying to let other people know not to make the same mistakes she does. Like, I get why she's scorned.
Her character goes on a very predictable arc is my only problem with that. But other than that, Halle Berry plays it well, and it makes sense to make the story go forward. So sometimes there has to be some paths that are predictable that happen because, she isn't at a point where she's willing to burn it all down because she's a good person. But then something happens. Then something happens, and then she wants to burn it all down. You see it coming a mile away. But other than that, I think her character's good, and because she's great.
Yep.
She's really good. And like her whole affirmations thing, like I like that you don't know if it's her or Hemsworth with the affirmations.
Is it wrong that I just assumed there's both of them for real?
So that's fair enough. But in the movie, you don't know. Like they always show them together when you're hearing the affirmations until she's listening in the car or she's driving away.
Yes.
So I find that interesting. That was a choice that they played it that way. Which I mean, I thought about it while I was watching the movies.
Grayson, when this movie opened, I thought that you would be gushing over the entry sequence of this movie where they're doing the slow flyover upside down the.
Oh yeah,
101.
Hadn't talked about it yet. Thanks, Roger. But
it's all right, man. I knew that you're going to be like, oh, I love that.
Well, it was a big. I know because I knew the accounting, and I know a few weeks ago I said it was Amazon, and it is Prime, right?
Yes,
it is Prime. And I remember because I know the accounting people that did it, and they were telling me about this cool pay attention to the cool opening with the flip. I'm like, what are they talking about? Now I know what they're talking about.
You know what it is.
But it's
it was cool, man. I dug it.
Especially I saw it in what theater did you guys watch it in? Because he didn't watch it in the number.
I didn't get to see it in the big house. Apparently, I got shafted this morning. It was in theater.
11?
It was in 10 this morning.
10
is on the new side of car. That's 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. I
saw
saw
it
it.
at 10.
I saw it in 11.
Oh, so you're the last one down the
Yeah,
hallway.
yeah.
So that's almost as good as the Riddle one. But
It
that
is.
shot on the massive screen,
Yeah.
that was something.
Cool.
That is something, man. You saw it on the massive. I mean, yours isn't big as mine, but
Yeah.
Oh,
but
oh.
Ayo.
Hey,
but
Nice.
still very nice. It's a very nice screen.
It is
It's-
episode 69. So
It
it's
is.
Hey-oh. That was a cool, and I like what it was. I like that element, that simple camera thing, that element of storytelling too. That just it told you so much with the flip in the beginning, and then we did it back. It just I thought that was a really interesting way to like tell you something without telling you something.
Yeah,
You know,
it really visually bookended the movie, and I thought that was cool.
Well, it also starts with the affirmations and ends with the affirmations too.
Well, the affirmations are consistent throughout, though.
They are.
So,
They are. Yeah. They experienced a few points.
all right, what do we not like about this question?
I've already kind of gone over some of the stuff I don't like. If I had to pick out anything else, it's going to be the fact that we don't. I feel like we could have. This almost could have been written in like character chapters. I'm glad it wasn't. I'm not saying it needed to be, but I almost think we need a little bit more time with the Ruffalo character in his pursuit of, because his character transformation happens very quickly all of a sudden, and I think that a little bit more time of him figuring some things out and then him coming more and more into a lighter space instead of that darkness that he's in, I think would have sold me the ending between him and Hemsworth a little bit better.
Okay.
Other than that, though, I don't like the greasy character.
Mhm.
I
And you're not
understand.
supposed to.
I understand his purpose. I feel like how he gets there is very ham-fisted. I feel like the reason why, like, they couldn't figure out how to get that character in there and active, and that's when they had the character of Hemsworth and the older guy that I can't remember his name now. Like, I feel like those two weren't a part of the original story, but they needed a way to get the greasy character a part of it all. He shows up in his car, tells him that he wants him to do things, and then that's basically the end of the interactions, right? It's just, and he's just now he's just this guy chasing them around and causing a ruckus.
You may be right about that,
Yeah.
and he knows things that like I understand he put the tracker on the car, but like he's like Michael Myers, like he knows things that he can't
Yeah.
really know.
He keeps
Yeah,
showing up and he's
Yeah.
causing problems.
like
They don't do a good job of explaining
take
that
a punch.
character. Okay, he for a greasy little shit, he's pretty.
I also
pretty
love like
resourceful. I like how chaotic and sporadic his method is compared to as being juxtaposed.
Just ball of violence.
I hate that Ruffalo's cop partner is like, what do you mean it's not the same guy, brother?
Corey Hawkins. Yeah,
Come
yeah.
the fuck on. There's no way you think that
Yeah.
that's the same
How
guy.
about when he's yelling at the baby? He's like, "Shut up! You shouldn't even be here. I'm sorry."
Carry your kid.
Oh no, he
You
doesn't. And I,
terrible parents.
that
One guy shit
that's- I
himself.
think you're-
like, actually shit himself.
I think you're right about that though with the Noldy character. I think they needed a force to act against
Yeah.
Hemsworth that wasn't Mark Ruffalo.
Mhm.
I think they realized that probably while they were like close to shooting and they already had elements in play, and they're like, "Hey, Noldy, we know Mike Manning. You want to come to us for 4 days?"
I feel like
Come
that
on."
third element was always there. I feel like they just couldn't figure out how to
How to
get
get
it
it in there.
and make it make sense. So I think
But the thing is,
they
like,
hand-fisted it in.
if you have a guy who's good at trailing people, maybe not, and I mean this seriously, maybe not have him out there at night as the only person smoking a cigarette, looking
Yeah.
at the apartment he's tailing. Like,
Well,
come on.
Well, 'cause
Maybe
like,
he doesn't care.
Well, and I'm sure he doesn't. However, you may not care, but once that guy knows, your job becomes a whole lot more difficult.
but I mean, he's young, so there's an arrogance there.
Yeah, brash.
And so the character himself is very green because they make it a point that he's young. His dad was in it. Like, this is his first kind of like real setup with this guy. So like, there's a lot of reasons why he might be like making dumb decisions and why he's so chaotic and why he's so messy with everything. But I don't know. It just, again, the character just feels very like all right, let's shove this thing in there so we can get this movie done.
And I think you're right about
that's my
the
main complaint.
I think you're right about the Ruffalo character. About we needed another connecting piece to understand why he lets him go in the end.
Just one more checkpoint to kind of like to
So
show the
we don't
growth.
ask. So we're not like, I don't know. It's just like
Yeah.
when you see, you're like, all right, like,
Yeah.
I get that. I like how he was. I mean, walked away with the big payout. I thought that was, he deserved. Although shout out to Yoga. Apparently, you can take a guy who's at the bottom of the barrel and you can bring him back. Shout out to yoga.
Well, like, he got his faith in his body right. A lot
Aligned
kicks
his
into
chakras.
a lot kicks into gear.
I mean, he's
after
probably
that.
in there because of Halle Berry's character too. Let's be honest, but
I mean, I think
Hey, a recently divorced cop going to yoga. A lot of boxes to check there.
I think you're right though. We could have used a little bit of a connecting piece.
Okay, I have one personal thing about this movie that I didn't like.
Okay.
The scene where he's on a treadmill
Mhm.
and he's listening to music or watching a movie, whatever he's doing, he gets a message on his phone. He gets off the treadmill immediately, and then he takes out his AirPods, and then listens to a voicemail.
Oh, yeah, why not
Do
just
you know what's that? Like, I know that that's something small and stupid. No one does that.
No, why would you?
Take out your earbuds to listen to a voicemail?
Well, because Apple wants you to see the AirBuds.
I'm sure that's
Everything in this
exactly why.
movie's Apple.
They want you to
Like,
see the AirPods.
It's weird because it's
going
Prime,
out.
but I think Chris is right. I think that's one of those unwritten movie rules that you.
like so infuriating.
No. I agree with you. Even the reason that I have is stupid.
Yeah.
That'd be the reason.
Let me
But
take out my AirPods, or let me take off my headphones so I can listen to this phone call that may incriminate me. What the fuck are we doing?
I mean, the only thing he didn't do was he took them out. He's like, oh, these version 3s work really well.
These have instant translate.
takes him out and goes, oh wait, I can listen to my to my voicemail with my AirPods in.
With my AirPods, and they can't hear it.
Noise cancellation on these rock.
I wish that wasn't so accurate. God damn it.
No, I'm sure it's just one of those how Apple's like, yes, use our products, but you have to show it.
Yeah.
So they had to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah.
And that was probably the simplest, waste the less amount of time way to do that.
Yeah.
Chris is probably right about that. I didn't think about it, but I remember I asked myself, why would you take those out to
I
listen to the
immediately
message?
thought that. I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I'm an Apple guy.
There's not really much I didn't like about this movie, and I'm surprised it's coming from Prime because they've not had a good track record.
So this thing isn't amazing, but it's
Good.
But it's pretty
It's
good.
solid,
It's a solid movie all the way
Solid.
through. So
It's a solid movie that, as a guy who's now paying for movies for the first time in 25 years, I'm not happy. I'm not sad I paid for that one.
yeah,
There are movies I watched and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to pay $18 for that. But this one was, especially the experience I got in the screen I saw it on was.
Yeah.
It was a decent experience, and my very heated scene. Sorry, Chris, I told you I wouldn't do that.
No, you're good.
It was a good experience, and I'm glad this movie didn't suck because it very well could have.
This had suck potential.
It did 100%.
Well, I mean, if it went the Statham route, given the conversation earlier about if it went like the high octane action all the time route, we'd probably
Yeah, I don't think this movie is as good. If
It would have
it's
been a
full
worse
action.
movie, yeah, for sure.
100%. But I'm glad we got it when we did, and I don't. When I was working on Mercy, I remember them talking about these were going to come out 6 months apart. My theory on why they didn't is because Amazon realized they had to recover from Mercy quickly.
I forgot Mercy was Amazon as well.
Yeah.
That's my theory about that. I know nothing about that. I just know one
Was that
time
2 or 3 weeks different? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Crime 101 was originally for summer.
No, but I mean, when was Mercy? Was that
I think-
2 or 3 weeks
I
ago?
think about a month.
That was early January, second week of January, something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're
Couple weeks
about a
ago?
month. Yeah.
Maybe third week of January. I don't know, but we're coming on 3 or 4 weeks. But I'm very happy with this. For final thoughts, I guess I'll start is I'm very happy with this one. I'm happy that we get Chris Hemsworth outside of Marvel, which I don't have a problem with him in Marvel. I just he's a good enough actor that I want to see him do other things
In
as
other
well.
It
things.
doesn't
Yeah.
only have to be Thor.
Thor. We can do away with Fat Thor though. Marvel.
Yeah.
We don't
They
need that.
did.
Gone for good.
killed it.
I was really happy with the characters. I like Ruffalo's character. I thought Halle Berry did a fantastic job. Even Kogan being the character he was. I think this movie's a very solid watch. I think you're missing out if you don't watch it in theaters. I will say.
All right, Chris.
I don't think you need to see this in theaters.
Well, you get it. I got you. I bet you this is on Prime relatively soon.
Yeah, this isn't a must-watch in theaters. But if you like this kind of movie, like crime dramas that are more drama than action, there's no reason to skip this one if that's the case in theaters. It's a good experience. There's good sound. It looks amazing at the time. So like, go see this in theater. If this is your thing, 100%. I like the movie. I think I was expecting this to be worse, but I was expecting it to be high octane action. I wasn't expecting to get as much drama with my crime as I did. So I think that really does. I think that really did do a good job of solidifying this movie as one that I was pleasantly surprised with.
It's like finding that one onion ring in your Burger King fries.
It's exactly like
Yeah.
that.
Sometimes you're happy with it,
Yeah, no, it's like you're like, I didn't really want that.
That's
but
super
goddamn that French or
That's
that
super specific. That's the feeling.
that onion or that fring was good. Hell yeah. But I mean, so I'll wrap it up. Like I'll just agree with what they've said. Like this movie's pretty good. You should see it. It's not an action movie. It's a crime drama with some action in it. Check it out. Chris Hemsworth is good. Everybody's good. Everybody plays a good character. Like there's nobody I'm like, I didn't like that character. Even the shitty cop, I'm like, I get why it's there. Like it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So,
I think the only shitty character is the wife of the cop. That's probably
well, by definition, she's the shittiest person in the cat. Absolutely.
I love the cat.
The cat.
He's like, "Our home now, buddy." And the cat's like, "Meow." He's like, literally, and that's the last time you see the cat.
Yep.
So,
Hops out the box, looks around. That's the cat's big
all right,
debut.
cool. I live here now. Thanks, Dad.
When do you said you bet it's going to be on? When do you think?
Less than a couple of
Oh
months.
yeah.
I
It's
bet
not making enough money in theaters right now.
Hey, 45 days, baby.
Yeah, if this
So
thing
in April,
if
March.
if this thing word of mouth to more money, it might,
It
but
won't.
most likely it won't.
won't.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the best movie we'll see this year. This is the best movie I've seen this year, though, so far.
Is that really true?
I think so.
I think it has to be, right?
For in theater, yeah, it's probably right.
Yeah.
Now we are doing some catch up with some.
Yeah, but
some
those
previous Oscars,
count
so
as
some-
last year, though. Those count as last year. Those count as last year.
Yeah. Last year. So I'm glad that we were able to catch this one.
I liked it.
Yeah, I think so. That does it for us on episode 69.
It's PCP approved. I'll never do that again. So sorry.
No,
I bet you will. You can't even make that bet.
every episode now. Every episode now. And then you gotta come up with something super animated for like a frowny, like
It explodes on the screen.
oh my goodness.
You just need the Macho Man voice so over it though too. Oh yeah, two thumbs down, brother.
That
All right, shut us down.
That does it for us in episode 69 of Post Credits Podcast, a show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you. If you listen to this episode on an audio-only version, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Podbean, feel free to head over to YouTube. Check us out there as well. You can just see what Chris did in full video.
Promise you it's worth it.
It's there. Turn us on while you're doing work, whatever it is you do, cooking dinner. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification button. That's a click of a button.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week for another theatrically released film and a catch-up movie with the Oscars.
Yeah. Woo.
Woo.